Actually, I was just seeing someone was asking a question that was very good. They were saying that, language is free. Anyone can learn any language. And I actually think that's true, but some of us come from a background that we have a privilege of, like, for example, I come from the US and like European background. So I have a privilege of, like, how do I say this? It's like white privilege, is what we call it. It's like a race theory, okay? And countries who have been colonized, like India, like so many, parts of West Africa, so many parts of South America were colonized by Spain, and so many places were colonized by different, parties. And in that sense, you had to retain your native language. And so yes, language is free, but I also feel a strong sense of responsibility not to use that language inappropriately, like for myself, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. And someone is asking that, do you want to learn some more dialects of India? More languages of India?
हाँ, एक्चुअली मैं तो दूसरी सी भाषा भी समझती हूँ, लाइक पंजाबी समझती हूँ, गुजराती समझती हूँ, नेपाली समझती हूँ,
बिहार
में भोजपुरी चलता है तो वो भी समझती हूँ. So it's like you try to understand these languages and learning new things all the time, and so I'm always wanting to learn a lot of new things.
Wow, that's really amazing. And what advice would you give me as a language teacher?
Sorry, say again.
What advice would you give me as a language teacher? I teach English, so okay. Do you have any piece of advice?
I don't think I have any piece of advice. I think, getting people just to practice speaking, I think is important. I mean, that's really the only advice I have is just, get people speaking. And it doesn't have to be in any particular accent, you should not feel like you have to speak an American accent or anything like that. Like, Indian accent is a recognized English accent. Like, this is an acceptable way to speak. So apna accent ko mat dabao. You don't have to, like, oh, I have to be American accent. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Speak properly, speak correctly, and it'll be fine. So
yeah, that's really great. And apart from, like, did you experience any kind of different things or any strategy that you really liked while you were learning Hindi?
Yes, I think that the strategy I really enjoyed was, the learning strategy. तो क्या होता था? मैं प्रोजेक्ट बनाती थी. So कभी प्रोजेक्ट रहता था कि बाहर जाके 10 लोगों से पूछना आप कैसे हो. बाजार में जाके आप 10 लोगों से पूछना है आप कैसे हैं, and then hear what is their response. तो ये मेरा एक प्रोजेक्ट था शुरुआत में, ठीक है. तो ये मेरा प्रोजेक्ट था उस दिन के लिए. फिर and I had to listen what was their response. Like, some people would say, हाँ मैं ठीक हूँ, या हाँ मैं अच्छी हूँ, सब ठीक है, हाँ बस बढ़िया. People would say these different, so I had to think it, what is बढ़िया, what is ठीक है, what is अच्छी हूँ. I didn't know anything, right? So I had to go and hear these things and learn it. So I think that was a good strategy, was बाहर जाके बोलना. Just get it out of your mouth. Go and speak.
Yeah, that was really good piece of advice that I've heard so far. Yeah, because what happens whenever we are learning language, there are some stereotypes that they are teaching the same thing again and again. They're applying the same strategy again and again, and we are not enjoying that. What's your take on it?
Yeah, Definitely, definitely. So I think that's definitely true.
How do you discriminate between non-fiction and fiction, and which genre would you like to write, and are you writing it?
Yeah, I am writing now. मुझे non-fiction पसंद है. So I prefer non-fiction. I'm not a big story reader. For as an adult, I don't know. I don't like to read those stories. I read them to my children. मैं बच्चों को सुनाती हूँ रोज बुक पढ़ती हूँ उन लोगों के साथ स्टोरी बुक्स वगैरह उन लोगों को बहुत पसंद है लेकिन पता नहीं मुझे नॉन फिक्शन ज़्यादा पसंद है and I am writing actually and I'm writing a book about cross cultural marriage ठीक है तो वो
Wow.
उसके बारे में लिख रही हूँ I'll be pointing on my I'll be posting that on my Instagram once it's done once it's getting completed I'll be posting about that.
Wow, that's really amazing. We are looking forward to read that. Yeah. So to recap, learning a language is first start from listening, then speaking, and don't try to learn, like for example, if you want to learn Hindi, so don't try to pronounce the word in English accent.
Exactly.
So ka, you don't need to pronounce that ka in American accent. Just pronounce it in Hindi.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really great.
Good summary.
So yeah, let's see if anyone have any questions. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you may ask in the comment. Do fast. We are running out of time.
So someone has said, had asked if in average Indian is a polyglot by default, as many 2 to 3 languages. Definitely, I've definitely seen that. Do you have any desire to be a hyper polyglot? We have more than 25 languages in India and more than 2,500 dialects. I have a lot of desires, bhai, to become a lot of things, but time के ऊपर ये है, and I feel अभी तक हिंदी में अभी बाकी बहुत है मेरे लिए.
बहुत बाकी है.
इतनी गहरी भाषा है, इतने जिंदगी भर मुझे इतना टाइम लगेगा ये सीखने में पूरा अच्छी तरीके से तो I could focus my entire life on Hindi and not even be an expert, right? So, yeah, I do. I'm learning. I'm picking up some language. Of course, in Bihar, there's several languages going on here, so I'm picking up things from that. And I think I want to learn another language also. My husband Abhishek, he also wants to learn more languages. He already speaks, I would say, fluently, like well, I mean, moderately conversational. 4 languages, 5 languages, and he wants to keep learning. So I think we have a lot of things we want to do in life, and it's just about time and your job and what you want to accomplish. So
it's about your priorities.
Right. Bilkul.
So, and someone asked that apart from India, how many places have you been to?
Apart from India, I'm not sure. I think about not too many, but like maybe 13, 14, 15 countries. I mean, that's I mean, some people are like 80 countries, so, but mostly when I go somewhere, I stay for a long time. एक 3-4 दिन के लिए नहीं जाती, मतलब 1 महीने के लिए जाती, 2 महीने के लिए, 1 साल. अभी इंडिया में 15 साल हो गए, तो I when I go somewhere, I want to just learn and about that place. I don't necessarily want to like rack up like check mark kitna countries mein gaye. That's not my goal.
Okay, that's really good. And to sum it up, I would say, what do you think about Indian languages? And which one do you like the most? Bihari or Punjabi? What do you think about that?
I don't really think I can answer that. Like, I don't have a favorite language. Language is just something that you communicate. So you use it in a way that you can communicate with people. So, I mean, languages are so diverse and languages are so fluid. And so I can't really say, oh, I have a favorite language. It's like asking, do you have a favorite body part? Like, it's like, well, I like my brain or I like, my arms. And I can't live without either of them. So, like, it's like you just use
well
it for what it
explained.
is. Yeah.
Well
So,
explained.
so बस ये इतना ही है. Well, thanks for having me. मुझे
And it
बहुत अच्छा
was,
लगा आपसे बात करना.
and yeah, मुझे भी, and it's our honor that we have you in our life. Thank you so much for joining us.
नहीं नहीं कोई बात नहीं. Actually मुझे भी बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है. I feel honored to be a guest in India. लोग मुझे इतना प्यार से accept करते हैं. तो फिर ये मैं क्या बोलूँ? I mean, I'm very lucky to be here also. लोग मुझे बहुत प्यार दिखाते हैं यहाँ, तो I'm very lucky. Thank you.
Okay, and someone is saying that one Hindi dialogue.
नहीं, actually आप वो तो आप मेरे reels को देख सकते हैं मेरे page.